What's up, guys? JR Raymond back again, coming to you from Bowler X Pro Shop and Training Center inside Waterford Lanes, where today I want to talk to you about the new Black Hammer. I had some urethane trouble at the regional this past weekend, so I'm going to kind of walk through what I saw and what I did with this Black Hammer and why I drilled it. And I'm going to throw a few shots and let you see it. And we're going to discuss some of the lane play strategies with urethane. And we're going to talk about all that here. I got a typical 42-foot lead condition out here, and we're going to take a look at that here in a minute, so stay tuned. Hey y'all, real quick, before we get into this video, I need Randy Peterson to come out here. He's actually going to tell you about something that he's doing that's very special to him, and I need all of your help. All of the fans of Bowler X, we need your help. So Randy's going to tell you exactly what's going on. He's doing a raffle. We're going to be selling tickets. He's partnering with Bowler X, and we're going to be selling tickets for their raffle for charity. For somebody that's really, really important to him. So we're going to help him out, and we're going to sell some of these tickets and whatnot over at bowlerx.com. But I'm going to let Randy tell you a little bit about it before I go into any more detail. So let's listen to Randy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Randy Peterson, and I've spent 30 years bowling on both the PBA and senior PBA tours. I've also been behind the microphone for the PBA tour for 25 years for our great sport. And I'm here today because someone dear to me needs help. And if there's one thing I know about our community, it's that we all come together in times of need. My goal is to raise $50,000 for my dear friend. In an effort to do so, I'm partnering with Bowler X to raffle off this framed picture from my Hall of Fame induction and my most prized possession, this custom one-of-a-kind diamond PBA Hall of Fame ring. For a chance to win, raffle tickets can be purchased at bowlerx.com. and open donations are also welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and thanks in advance for any and all support. God bless.
All right, so Randy obviously has that giveaway going on that he's doing for charity. He's got a good friend of his that's struggling, so he wants to help him out. So we're going to help him out as well, and I really need all of your help to also help him out. So if you could, hit the link in the description. You don't have to buy raffle tickets. You can just simply donate, but make sure to go hit that link in the description, and we certainly appreciate all the help from the Bowler X family and from Randy Peterson for his friend. All right, y'all, so I'm going to throw a few shots with this urethane ball. I just bought, yes, that's right, I bought a bowling ball. And I bought this bowling ball because I did not have one sent to me to do reviews on it. So I'm going to do a quick little review, kind of, sort of, in a way, on this one right here. And we're going to discuss the use of urethane because I struggled this weekend and I needed something just a little bit different. So I'm going to throw some shots and we're going to talk about this thing. So y'all know I've never been the absolute biggest fan of urethane, right? Like, I think it's a necessary tool nowadays, and if you don't have it in your bag, especially at the professional events, I think you're handicapping yourself. You're basically giving an awful lot of a lot of pins to the field. My issue this weekend was I had the red 78 and I had a tank. Problem is, I believe that I had the tank over surface and the red 78 under surfaced because I saw motion that either hooked early and locked up through the face, or when I move off of that, it never hooked at all. And that's an issue. So I drilled this to kind of counteract that. So you can see I'm playing some really straight angles with this thing right now. And that's what a lot of people do with urethane is they play the straighter angles. They think that's all they can do with it. But I can tell you right now, moving left and hooking the ball, hooking a urethane ball like this is something you're going to have to learn to do. Just playing straight with urethane isn't always the thing. And I see a lot of people that only use urethane when they're playing angles like this or even straighter than this. But you can, let's say I'm going to move all right, let's move 8 left with my feet. You can change your hand, rotate it a little bit, throw it to the right, and get this ball to come around. See, so yes, it flat 10s there, but it still makes good enough motion to where we can get the 10 out if we make some minor adjustments. So I'll make a minor adjustment here, hopefully, and we'll try to get the 10 out. All I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna actually try to increase my rev rate just a little bit. Just make sure it gets through the pins. Blowing the thumb hole, have a little bit of extra control, a little extra grippy grip. Let's see what happens. See, so you can go around the lane. You know, just because you flat 10, that doesn't mean you have to get out of that ball necessarily. You can go around it. You can give it a little bit more rev rate, a little bit more rotation, speed up, slow down. There's things you can do. Urethane are like the most versatile bowling balls, especially this black hammer, I'm noticing. It's a lot like a purple hammer. Like, it's really just like a purple hammer. It's just weaker. It's just not as strong overall as what the purple hammer was. And y'all know I love the purple hammer. That was a go-to ball for a lot of different people, and now this black hammer is the go-to ball for a lot of other people now. So we have to be able to use these bowling balls, and for me this weekend, I just felt trapped. Like, I felt like this is kind of what it looked like. I'm gonna try to mimic what I had, to where I would go like this. I would be straighter with the urethane, and it would hook early and get offline. And it would be, I mean, not that extreme, but it would hook early, get offline, and then when I moved left, it almost felt like the ball never hooked at all down lane. Now, I'm not going to say it was the bowling ball. Clearly, it wasn't the bowling ball, you know, as far as, you know, the ball itself being bad. It was me not putting the correct surface on the ball and being prepared. Because I'll be honest, at practice session the day before, I didn't throw urethane at all. I saw how flat they were, and I was just planning on using like an IQ Tour and just playing super straight angles. And yeah, that was not in the bag that next day. So anyway, so once I went high like that, then I would like say move left just a little bit and, you know, try to make sure it didn't overhook in the front, and I would get a lot of this. Where it would bucket, and I would be, you know, I wasn't playing these angles per se, but this is just the example that I was seeing. I would move based off the ball hooking so fast, and then I would get to an angle that it would never hook down lane. It wasn't strong enough. You know, I couldn't get the ball, and if I slowed down from there, it overhooked. It would still hook early again. So I was kind of trapped. So I drilled this one as another option to make sure I have multiple different surfaces on urethane balls, and I also need to be better. Like, I got to be smarter while I'm at these events to hitting the surfaces at the right surfaces quick enough, and not waiting until, you know, a couple of games later where I'm like, dang, I wish this surface was just, you know, a little bit more or a little bit less. Like, got to be smarter, man. You got to pay attention to what you're seeing in front of you. So that's a typical type of urethane reaction. You see it start to pick up in the middle of the lane, and then it kind of gets a little lazy, but that's not a big deal. Like, those are, the reason for urethane is mainly just to keep the ball, especially when the lanes are flatter, to keep the ball in play, to keep the ball in the 1-3 pocket or the 1-2 pocket for lefties. You're trying to get a bowling ball that in your hand that is really predictable, and you can just keep the ball in front of you. And a lot of the times, on these super flat patterns that we bowl on, these 1-to-1, 2-to-1 type patterns, you know, you do actually end up seeing more room for error with these types of balls because they hook so much earlier a lot of times. You can get these to hook earlier and take the hang that's to the right out of play. So you can have room to the miss to the right. So you miss to the right, the ball hooks soon enough that it never gets to the hang and it still picks up and hits the pocket. And then you miss left, and it's urethane, so it's still nice and smooth and predictable, so it gets down lane and it still hits the pocket. So that's why urethane is used in a lot of these cases. So, but for me, I do like to use it with these types of angles right here. I love playing the really tight, you know, not really giving it away too much. When the lanes are real hard, doing that. You know, when we're bowling on something like Cheetah, You know, obviously I'm not going to be doing that. I'm probably going to be trying to go around it a little bit more, using the friction to my advantage and creating hold on the shorter pattern. But yeah, I will still be further right, of course, but it's going to be more of like a shape like this on cheetah. I'm not going to be able to throw it at the gutter per se, but you'll see a little bit more belly shape, kind of like this on cheetah. To where you get it to come off of the friction and it hooks, you know, obviously too much there. But that's the idea, is getting it to kind of belly, still being able to make the ball do certain things on the flatter patterns. All right, y'all, there you go. So that was kind of just a short demonstration of the Black Hammer, what it's capable of, and the ways that I use it, and the reasons why I drilled it versus having some of the other ones as well. I'm going to have all the other urethanes with me as well, but this is just something a little bit different that will add to my bag. I need to have these more options so I don't get trapped like I felt like I was trapped this weekend. And again, I felt trapped because I did the wrong things. Like, as soon as I saw the way my urethane reaction was, it threw my angles off, and I was doing the wrong things pretty much the rest of the day, which happens. It is what it is. It's been a long time since that's happened, to where I've been so lost and confused that I had, you know, where I missed caching by, what did I miss by, 50 pins? Like, I know that doesn't sound like a lot. That's just that's just a couple of hits, but in my mind, like, I should never miss caching. Like, I should at least cache, if not make pretty much every regional cut. And I know that sounds arrogant and whatever. You can say what you want to say there, but I've been doing this for a long time, and it is frustrating once you get to this level to have days like that where you just see it wrong, you know? So anyway, that's all I got for you. I hope everybody has already clicked on that link over at bowlerx.com. There's going to be a link for this ball down there, and there's going to be that link for Randy Peterson's raffle, his giveaway there. So make sure to click on that link, and please, 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 if you can participate in that, please do so. And I really appreciate everybody that does. So that's all I got for you today. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.